What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. UFC 249 officially in the books, and man, what a crazy card. I'm not gonna get into every single fight, but I'll touch base on some of the prelims, some of the undercard, and obviously Ferguson versus Gaethje. So let's just get right into it. And Bruce Buffer, what is it?
It's time!
Honestly, I'm just going to touch on one prelim. I mean, there's only one really significant to me. I didn't really see all of them, but Anthony Pettis versus Donald Cerrone. That was a highly anticipated prelim fight, and ended up being Pettis winning in a unanimous decision. Greg Hardy, former NFL player, unanimous win. Bounced back from his disqualification from his last fight. And honestly, the best fight of the undercard, in my opinion, Francis Ngannou. Oh my goodness gracious. If you did not see that knockout, 20 seconds. It took this man 20 seconds to put down, I already forgot his name. He called out Francis. Boom. First round, 20 seconds. Put him to sleep. Good night. Ooh, that was a nasty knockout. I thought that was the best undercard. It got me hyped. It got me going. I was like, yo, this dude's no joke. This dude is no joke. Put him to sleep. Oh my gosh. I wish I could show the footage. I should have started it off. I can't show any of the footage. I'm not trying to get copy striked or anything like that. So maybe later on in the future I could show it. I don't know, but I wish I could show you that knockout. If you missed it, I'll probably put up some images, but man, it was brutal. And then obviously the co-main event with Cejudo versus Cruz. And honestly, is a very controversial ending. It looked like Dominic Cruz was going to come back up, and they called the fight, and Cejudo won and retired at the end of the fight. So that shocked a lot of people, obviously, but that was a pretty good fight. And then, man, let me get into this fight. Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. I mean, so we all know originally it was supposed to be Tony and Khabib, and Khabib's not allowed to leave Russia at the moment, so that's why that fight didn't happen. But wow, this fight, this dude I broke down. I'm gonna break it down round by round, but you're not gonna hear any difference in the way I break down these rounds. It's the same. It was just domination, and a lot of left hooks and a lot of leg kicks in the first round coming out. Tony was doing his little spins, and he was moving a lot and doing all this and that, kind of giving the us at home, there's no crowd, he was giving us at home a little show, trying to taunt. But I mean, it was just an all fight. In the second round, it was more of the same. I mean, just leg kicks and hooks. I mean, he was landing consistently all night. And then at the end, Ferguson caught him, knocked him down. You could tell by Joe Rogan and DC's reactions, like, they're like, oh, maybe we can give him that round because he knocked him down. But I mean, most of the round, it was basically Justin doing what he did the first round. Nothing was any different. The result was the same. I gave that round to Justin. I understand Ferguson knocked him down, but Justin dominated that round as well. Now round 3, Justin and Tony were exchanging a lot that round, and a lot of the shots that Tony was taking, they kept saying it throughout the fight, Joe and DC. These are the punches that Tony was taking. Usually that's what Justin knocks out the other dudes. The other dudes are asleep, but Tony kept going and going. Got that heart, man. You got that will, but I mean, Justin just kept landing consistently. Like I said, it's not gonna change. It's the same throughout the whole fight. Tony had a little more fight that round, But again, Justin wins that round, and it wasn't even close. I mean, man, again, I give that to Justin. Round 4, I mean, Tony was a little more involved in the fight. He was attacking. You can tell Justin was trying to get his stamina up because he didn't really throw that much, but when he threw, again, landed on the button every time. And you can tell around 4, Tony's face was getting busted. Every time, you can tell when Justin was coming up and hitting him, you could tell it was hurting Tony. He was not used to being in this position. And again, Justin wins that round for me. In round 5, I mean, Gaethje was not messing around. His corner even said at the end of the 4th round, the last time you got complacent and you were confident, you got put away. Don't do that. Let's finish him. Let's go home as champ. And what happens? 5th round starts. I mean, he was just unleashing combos. He was hitting him on the button every single time. You can tell Ferguson was getting gassed by the shots. I mean, DC said it perfectly. Gaethje was just chopping the tree, just going at those legs. And you can tell by the 5th round, Tony had enough of it. He was gassed. And he caught him with the kick, wobbled him. You could tell Tony was in pain. And that's all she wrote. Herb Dean called the fight, and Gaethje's the new interim champion. So my takeaway is Justin put him away easy. It was just his fight all night. He took over. He dominated. Now he's the champ. And now the question is a Khabib Gaethje fight on a collision course later on in the year? I know he was watching. He had to be watching, intrigued, like they said in the commentary. And I mean, Gaethje, they were saying he's a world-class wrestler as well, so I would love to see that fight. And he put me on notice. I didn't know who he was, honestly. A lot of people were saying he's just up and coming, but he whooped him. Plain and simple. Tony did not look like El Cucuy that night, man. He looked like he was running from El Cucuy. I mean, Justin put him away, and that's 249 right there. I mean, unreal. The card was stacked. I mean, if you guys got a chance to watch it, you know what I mean. That's it. UFC 249, like I said, in the books. We got a UFC fight night next week. I think the 13th and the 16th. And then from then on, 250, Amanda Nunes is going to headline that one later on in the year. Who knows when? They said to be determined, so I'm really hyped for that as well. But that is it for me. Like I keep saying, I wish I could show you guys. It was a crazy fight. Crazy fights. I mean, there were good fights all night. But yeah, a little bit of sports. Like I said, the fight sports I feel like are always going to be here. Who knows when the major league sports are coming back. But UFC, we'll see you next week. That is it for me. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe. Wear masks. Wear gloves. Wash your hands. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. God bless. Rolling, got me stargazing. Sipping on perfume like the bar, baby. Whatever I down, it got me going.